Today we discuss another representation of given data. This we are going to draw bar graph. This is another form of representing the given data or tabular table. Because the pictograph is not, we cannot use always the pictograph. It is in the last class I said that different figures is we are using. It is very difficult for everyone to draw. Okay, so we are using bar graph. What is bar graph? Bar graph is a representation of numerical data by rectangles or bars of equal width varying height. Height is according to the given frequency. Okay, that is everyone can draw easily because rectangle bar everyone know to draw using the scale. So it is no problem to represent, and all the pictures look like unique. When we draw the pictograph, each student will represent according to his brilliancy or his thinking. So the picture may be different. So it is not unique. So we are using the next pattern. Bar graph are using to represent the data. Look at the example. Here is given the height of 35 students are given in this height is given in centimeter. How can we represent in bar graph? Look at here. This represents the bar graph. How will you draw this bar? Two types of bars are there. One is vertical bar graph, another one is horizontal bar graph. Normally we are drawing the vertical bar graph. This is also another representation, same way, but we are using the axis in opposite direction. That's all. We can discuss the vertical bar graph. How will you draw? For that we need two axes. One is y axis and another one is x axis. Normally we are using drawing the graphs on graph paper. We have studied in the 5th standard. In a bar graph, in a graph paper, we can draw it in a bar graph paper or plain paper. So, but it is more easy for and convenient to draw the graph in a graph paper. Okay. In general, these two axes are there. OX. Look at there. So this O from to X. This the horizontal line is called X axis, and the vertical line we have drawn as y axis. They meet at a point over here. Out of the two given set of values, take two set of values will be given in the table, isn't it? Height and number of students. So we can take one data in x axis, another one is y axis. That is according to you. Okay, here the examples. The height of the students are marked in x axis and number of students is we are going to mark in y axis. Along the x axis, mark the point at equal distance, and below these points write the height of the student. That means we have to draw the rectangles with the equal widths in between each data. Not only that, the rectangle must be with the equal width. For the given number of students, choose suitable scale. That scale also you have to take. The data is 150 to 162 is given, and here number of data students is 2 to we have taken multiples of 2, 4, 6, 8, and just like according to the scale we have taken. Picture may be the rectangle may be higher, smaller, or bigger one. It is according to our scale. Here always remember at least 2 point marks on x-axis. Draw bars each particular of x-axis parallel to the y-axis we are drawing. And all the bars drawn must be the main points. You have to remember these 3 points. All the bars drawn must be, you always remember these points. All the bars drawn must be on the same width. That is the main point you have to remember. The distance between consecutive bar must be same. The height of the bar must be proportional to the corresponding values on y-axis. And these 3 points are very important when we draw a bar graph. First one is you have to draw the bars according to a particular scale. That scale can be prepared by you. A suitable scale should be, you have to select. First point is this, choose a suitable scale for drawing the bar graph. Then second point, all the bar drawn must be on the same width. The distance between the consecutive bars should be same. That means the width between these bars. And the height of each bar must be proportional to the corresponding values given in the data. That is all the points you have to remember. We will go to a question. I will show you how to draw a bar graph. Here is a given data. Look at here. The following data table is given. A number of students in class 6 in a school during the academic year 2011-12 to 2015-16. Okay, 11 12 12 13 13 14 14 15 15 16, that 1 2 3 4 5 years given. For first one 8 number of students is 80, second one 120, third one 130, 150 and 190 are given. How can we take the scale of each data? Data is smallest value is 80 and greatest is 190. That means we can take the multiples of 10 or 20 anyway. Here I am going to take the values are multiples of 20. That is 20 students represents one column. Look at the, I will first show you a graph paper. Children, I am going to draw the bar, the graph of on this graph paper. Look at this. Each column is equal width. So it is very easy to draw and convenient to draw. So first of all, first step is draw. We have to draw the axis, the border of it. I am going to draw axis over there. This y-axis. On the bottom, I am going to draw x-axis. The corner put 0. Now this is y-axis and represent x-axis. Now the given the academic year is I am going to represent in the board like x-axis academic year. Then at the y-axis number of students. So for this all then the marks are giving not only for the bar, you have drawn bars only. All the points you have representation. The marks is divided for these all points. First of all, first point is we have to draw axis, then represent the given data, one data in the x-axis, one in y-axis. We have to write it over there. Then only which one person who is going through this graph, they can understand what you are represented in the data. Now we have to write the scale at the top of in which scale we are going to draw this figure. Here data is 80, 120, 130, 150, 180 accordingly like this. I have taken the y-axis, each one unit equals 20 students. That means each this data represents 20. The first column 20, the multiples of 20. Second column I have to draw 40. Here 60. It is 80. Here is 100, 120, 140. Next 160, 180, 200. 180 is the maximum value, so I have represent up to 200. Okay, in x-axis over. Now in y-axis we are going to represent the years. First we can draw the first academic year after giving one unit, leaving one unit from the starting point. So I have to take the second column. That means here I have to represent number of students. 2080 students I have to represent. That is year 2011-20. If you want, you can write here 2020. So 2011 to 2012, or otherwise you can write it inside the bar also. There is no space, so I am going to write inside the bar. So it represents 80. So look at here, 80 we marked in here. So up to here we have to draw the bar. This is first column, that is 2011, 2012. Here represents, that is space, we will get the space right inside the bar. Second year 2012-13. For we cannot take the next column coming to here. We have to leave the next column and take the next one. So that means we have to leave equal width between each bar. That is the second point you have to remember. And that each second column represents 120 students. This 120 is marked over here. We have to draw a parallel according to it. Mark 120. With the scale. Okay. This is 120. That means here is 2012 to 13. Now the third is 2013 to 40. It represents 130. 130 means we have marked 120. After the next column is 140. But 130 is in between it. So the middle line you can see it here. It's small 10 divisions are here. Fifth division you have to take, and after leaving one column you have to take here. It is up to here you have to take This is 2030, 2013, 14. Next one 2014, 15. Leave next column and take it 150. Here is also 150 after 160 is here. So take in middle value, that is 150. It is here 2014, 15. Here is 2000. What is this? 13, 14. 2014, 15. Next last one for 2015, 16 is 190. 190 is here. You have to mark here. It is 2015, 16. All the year 4 years we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns we mark. That is represent because the height of the columns is according to the given proportion to the given data. If there is no space, we have to mark that data, this x-axis data in the bottom, but there is no space, so I write inside the given bars. That's no problem. You can represent like this. If you want, you can give a shade or any different shades you can give. Otherwise, leave it like this. And if you want, you have to give a name for that. This is representing the data of number of students in the academic year. Number of students during the academic year 2011-12 to 2015-16. This is the name of this bar. Just like you can draw bar graph. Look at here, another bar graph is it is a total number of students present in class 6B. For the first 6 days in a particular week, you have to represent in a bar graph. That is number of students present in Monday to Saturday is given. 40, 30, 35 is multiples of 5. You can take the space scale as 1 unit has 5 students, number of students. Just like you can take, I have prepared the bar. Look at here. The number of students I have represented over here. And attendance, that is the number of students present. Marking the number of days is here. Space, there is no space for writing over here day, number of days. So Monday, Tuesday I have represent inside it. And scale is y-axis represents. Look at here, number of students present I have drawn out here. Days we have marked over here. That is a y-axis equal 1 unit has 5 numbers. Just like from that, given that Monday they have 40 students represents, that 5, 10 up to 45 I have marked. On the first column I have marked. Second day 30 students, so 30 marked. Wednesday 35 up to 35 the bar marked, and Thursday 25, Friday 10, and Saturday 20. Because this is a way of drawing the graph. You have to try yourself. There are 4 questions are there. Okay, you have to try one of the from these 4 questions. One the last question is 10th one I have given for as homework for you. And from these 5 questions, one of the questions must be asked for the examination. Now look at here. Graph is given in the question as question. From seeing the graph, you have to write the answers. Look at here. This is a survey of 300 families in a colony. The number of children in each family recorded, and data is given represented as a bar graph. Look at here. Number of families are given. Number of children in each family is written in the x-axis. Read the graph carefully and answer the following question. How many families have 2 children each? Look at the second column. 2 children has 60 family has 2 children. How many families have no children? Is any first family has 1 children is there. Second one has 2 children. 3 children. There is no family has no children. So what percentage of family has 4 children? Look at this. Children has 60 families has 4 children. Percentage means the total 60 by total family is 300 into 100. So divided 60 by 3, you get 20% of family has 4 children. Okay, that way you have to find the answer. The remaining 2 questions are there. After reading the graph, you have to find out the answer. Just to find out these answers and send your homeworks for it. These two questions are 6 and 7 are 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. No, 6 is a bar graph, leave it. 7, 8 and 9 I'll give it as homework. Do it in a textbook itself, write your answers send me as homework questions, okay? And one graph is given for you to draw the graph. It's also after drawing you have to send your answers. That much from this chapter. Thank you.